Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil.
The Powerpuff Girls were a team of 3 superhero girls who could fight crime and save the day all the time. It ran from 1998 to 2005 with a movie in 2002 which wasn't really successful, but the show was itself. So I want to review an episode of the show and called The Rowdy Rough Boys Are Back in Town. One of the best episodes in the Powerpuff Girls. So the episode starts out with this, the generic, the Powerpuff Girls save the day world thing, the natural stuff, putting the bad guys in jail. Then him, yes, that's his name, him starts to get really pissed off by the Powerpuff Girls winning all the time. So then he decides to bring the Rowdy Rough Boys back. Yeah, and they have cooler designs than the originals. Later, the Rowdy Rough Boys come to see the Powerpuff Girls again, as the girls are shocked that they returned since they blew up in the original episode. Yep, the show was kind of dark. Then they just start talking bullshit about how they lost because they just got lucky and make fun of each other. Yeah, the scene's kind of filler, but you kind of need to add it for sakes. Then we get an awesome fight scene, which is considered, in my opinion, one of the best fights in the show. I don't know about you, but I just really like this fight. It's kind of entertaining to watch. The girls then try to kiss the Rowdy Rough Boys because, that was their weakness. But turns out it ain't. But the kisses, or should I say love and affection fanfics, are not really powerful against them since it just makes them more stronger. Which, yep, the girls are in trouble for this. Then we get this really uninteresting scene where him just explains how he's gonna win, the Powerpuff Girl's gonna lose. Usually the villain never really pops out when the bad guy is about to kill the main characters, but ends up failing. Just like typical young boys, they start to get a little gross around girls, and yep, the Powerpuff Girls hate it, like how little girls hate when little boys are disgusting. And they just do kind of really gross things. Then this scene is what I mean by that. It's sort of funny, but it's so ew. I know how this is how young boys act, but really, this is kind of gross, even for them. Then there was a scene which I really wasn't a fan of. I feel it was a bit dull and boring. You know how they basically just torture the girls by playing sports. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but it got a little old and boring after a while. Dumb shit! But feel free to disagree with me on this opinion, because my opinion right now is just kind of bullshit. Then the Powerpuff Girls then just starts teasing them, which is making them more smaller, which I'm guessing, and they start to cry because how small they got. Then him comes back and he is pissed off as ever as the Rowdy Rough Boys fail to stop the Powerpuff Girls. Then he sends them away to some random place, I don't know where they went, I hadn't even watched any episode onward from this episode. Then he basically just says, this is just round 1, have fun in the next rounds, buddies. And once again, this is another review done by Number June.